just been sitting out in the lounge doing work. I don't know, I just didn't really feel like working from the office this morning. I've started to get some cramps now. I'm on day 2 of my cycle. I had my day 1 of my cycle yesterday, but I didn't get to kind of do my little like rituals and ceremonies and routines because I just was out teaching yoga classes like all of yesterday. And yeah, I just really like to sleep in. I like to take my mornings really nice and slow. I like to take the entire day pretty slowly and intuitively. Spent some time to really like sink into some more like physical self-care things. Like I did a hair mask, and I like blow dried my hair properly so it feels really silky. Just had like a really nice like candlelit shower, which is like one of the most romantic things ever. I did a big dry brush and belly rubs. I'm kind of going reverse order to what you've probably seen, but the belly rubs were so good. I love just massaging my belly, getting really nice and deep into like the internal organs, and just massaging down by like my ovaries and my womb, and just like helping to relieve those cramps. It's just so good. I've got this beautiful oil that I love to use. It just makes me feel really like nourished and held. It's been a really beautiful morning so far, and a nice little mixture of like really resting and nourishing, but then like doing the things that I do need to get done. That being said, with these cramps, I've taken some ibuprofen, so I'm waiting for that to kind of sink in a little bit. They either last for like 24 hours or 48 hours. I think I've got a 48-hour one. They seem to be, they're not super strong, but enough for me to want to take Panadol for it. So I've taken some Panadol. And I think I'm going to go and do a yin class. I think I want to do like a legs up the wall yin class. Oh, that's just like the best thing to do on your period. Just legs up the wall like this. Even just this. Like if that's all you can be bothered to do, is just like so deeply nourishing while you're on your cycle. Because like it just allows all of the blood flow to drain from your legs and just come and sink into like your sacrum and your pelvis. And it feels so good and so nourishing, especially while you're on your period and you're menstruating and you're losing a lot of blood. So nice to kind of like refresh that zone. I know it's probably like not scientifically how it works, but like it definitely just feels so good. And there's heaps of stuff you can do. So obviously legs up the wall, straddle legs up the wall. You'll see, I'll do it. I'll film it. Figure 4 with your foot on the wall is really good. A little like half cow face and then full cow face. So I'll probably do some of those, and then some. I also really love deer twist. I love twist, but it takes me a little bit to get to the point where I feel comfortable twisting when I've got cramps. So usually I'll just like warm in, like reclined, maybe Supta Baddha Konasana, extend my low back a little bit by putting some pressure onto my legs, and then deer twist. I love twists while I'm on my period as well, because like my low back gets a little bit achy. Gentle twists help me to kind of relieve a lot of that tension, and my favorite twist of all time is a deer twist. It's just like the best. So yeah, I'm talking myself into it. I'm excited. I'm gonna go do some yin. 25. I am in the office. I just had my friend Liz come around and we had a pot of tea together and just caught up. It was really lovely. Good to see her. I feel like I haven't seen her in forever. And before that, I got into the office at maybe around like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, I finally got the motivation to get myself into like proper edit mode. Check-in, I had to take some Panadol because I was feeling a bit crampy. So I took some Panadol and then did some yin, which was really, really lovely. I love doing yin. It's just like, it's one of my favorite things to do on my period is just yin classes. Lots of like leg up the wall. Oh my God, like just if you can do like a yin yoga class fully supported with a wall, it's the perfect thing to do on your period. You are just fully supported. A lot of the poses get into like the backs of your hamstrings, your hips, and then like it elevates the feet up and over the hips so that the blood drains like down into like that pelvic area to just like replenish and re-nourish, and it just feels so good. So did like a solid like 30 minutes of like wall supported yin, which was super dreamy, and while I was doing that my Panadol kicked in. The Sky Highs are doing great. I have no need to change them out. I am gonna wear them until I shower tonight and then change them out before bed. But yeah. I just brought myself out for a little picnic, got some kombucha and my books, and I'm on the like last couple of days of my cycle, so I'm feeling confident enough to run around in a big white skirt. So just feeling my like energy increase. Just feel like I want to do more stuff, be a bit more active. I'm just going to chill here with Pip, play fetch with her for a little bit, read my books, drink the rest of my kombucha, have a little frolic, and then head back home. I might make a cake at home. I have this like box cake from the caker, so it's like a fancy box cake, but a box cake nevertheless. So I might bake that at home. And yeah, I have a feeling that the sunset is going to be super pretty tonight. Super pretty. Yay! Oh my gosh, it looks like it's going to be the most beautiful sunset out there tonight. I actually had a primer workshop in the city today, and so I went into town and I taught that, and I just finished baking a cake. A couple of videos ago you would have seen me get some new period underwear from this company called Awa, and I've been trying them for the last like 2 cycles, and it is such a game changer. Like, oh my gosh. Yesterday I was wearing the Sky High, which is like their high-waisted briefs, a real good pair for like all day, especially if you've got like a heavy flow. I like to wear them at night because it's padded all the way up the back. You feel really like safe going to sleep in those ones. I am just wearing the Awa brief, and these are my absolute favorite. These are the Awa boxer briefs. They are so comfy that I no joke wear them even when I'm not on my period. These are what I go into like usually on day one of my cycle. I chuck these on because they're just so comfortable. I feel really like secure and safe because they're like nice and high-waisted. They come down your leg a little bit, and they're just like so soft. Like it's unreal that this is like a period brief. I just like can't even get over it. A couple of questions that people have asked me about them is like, do they smell? And the answer is no. When you're wearing them, there's absolutely no odor whatsoever. The only time that there is any odor is obviously like if you go to the bathroom and you're like, you take your pants down, or like when you take them off and when you're cleaning them, obviously that's when you can smell something. But when you have them on, there's like no odor. You're totally safe. Don't worry. People aren't going to be smelling you. Another question that I get asked is if there is any leakage, if I have any leakage problems with them, and no. And coming from a moon cup where I was like leaking, especially on like day 1 and day 2, just all the time, it is so nice to just feel so safe and secure. I haven't leaked at all in these. I sleep only in my undies, and I usually to bed wear the boxer brief or the Sky High or the regular brief, and I've never leaked in bed while sleeping, and I only sleep in my undies, so I feel like they're pretty safe in that retrospect. That being said, I don't have like a super heavy flow, so like everyone's flow is different, so it's definitely something to trial, but they have like a bunch of different options for different people's needs. Another question is like about kind of changing them out when you're out on the go, which I had my first experience of when I was teaching yoga in town all day. So I left here at around like 7 o'clock, and then I got into town and I taught for 3 or 4 hours. Like I did like back-to-back classes, and I had to swap them out. Well, I didn't have to, because like I feel like I could have spent the rest of the day in them and come home, but I was going to get a massage afterwards, so I just wanted to freshen up and just feel like as fresh as possible to go into that massage. So that day, because I knew that I wanted to swap it out, and just like while I'm on my period, this is going to be a thing, like whenever I go out with them, I'll just take like a compostable little baggie, and then when I take them off, I just like fold them up. I put them in the compostable Ziploc baggie, or like any Ziploc baggie, but compostable is good for the environment. Put them into another bag just to be discreet, and then I just like, I brought a fresh pair with me and I just put those on, and it was super easy and just like so fine. And then I got home and I just like washed them out and then put them into the wash. Another question is about washing, and like I personally am fine with this. I feel like using the moon cup gets you really comfortable being next to and like in and around that area and your like blood, so like I'm super comfortable with it. I don't mind hand washing them, so I usually when I get home I'll just bring them into the shower with me, and I just rinse them out in the shower, lather them down with some soap and just rinse them out that way, and then just chuck them into the washing machine. They say that you can just chuck them into the washing machine if you want, but personally I kind of like to have them like as free of like blood as much as possible before I put them in with all of my other things. So I don't mind washing them by hand, so I just wash them by hand in the shower and then put them into the wash, and it's super easy peasy. I love them. Like they've been such a game changer for my cycle. I feel so comfy and so cozy. It's so nice to not have to deal with moon cups or tampons or pads or anything like that. Like literally just slip on some undies and then like you're done and you're sorted. What I really love is because I can usually tell like a couple of hours before if I'm going to be getting my period soon. So when I start to get those like telltale signs, like I feel just like heat in my belly and like my lower pelvic region, it just feels like hot, and I can just like start to feel it coming. I'll just like slip these on, and then when it does come, like I'm fine. Like, and it's so good because a lot of the times I would get it in the middle of the night, and so then I'd wake up and I'd have to get up and come to the bathroom and put my moon cup in, or, you know, just like mess around. Whereas if I know that I'm gonna get my period, I'll just be wearing these when I go to bed, so that when I do wake up in the night and I've got my period, all I need to do is just roll over, have some Panadol to deal with the cramps, and then I can go back to sleep, and it's just like so nice. So yeah, I really love them. I highly recommend. If you have any other questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'm happy to answer any that you have. Hour is a super beautiful branding company, and I am so stoked to be creating some stuff for them, but I really believe in their products, and I'm just like so stoked to have found this. So yes, anyway, my cake should be done soon, in about 5 minutes, and the sunset is so pretty. Spending the night in a tent is the most exciting thing. For starters, creating a cozy little home where there wasn't anything before makes you feel terrifically brave and as though you can do almost anything. Then there is the fun of cooking over a campfire and eating in the open air beneath the stars. And then the pleasure of lying in your cozy tent and listening to the sounds of the night all around you, knowing that if it rains, you'll stay snug and dry. Yeah, we like camping. We like camping.